Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. And this is an exclusive Patreon only membership videos where you will get some interesting takes on Vedic astrology, some interesting learning on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Hello seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Jupiter, the Lord of Sagittarius and Pisces, which is in Pisces zodiac sign right now, and it is in a very good position, will actually leave the Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra and it will enter Revati Nakshatra. Now, Revati is a nakshatra ruled by one of the 12 Adityas, which is Pushad, and the gods, and it is actually ruled by Bhagwan Mahavishnu. So you can see that there is a lot of moksha related energies associated with this nakshatra, but this is also the nakshatra of wealth and prosperity. If you see, Venus really becomes exalted in this nakshatra. So you can also experience both abundance and the ability to give and let go in this particular nakshatra, the nakshatra of Revati, who has a planetary association with Mercury. On 24th of February, Jupiter will move in this nakshatra. And for the next couple of months, Jupiter will be in Revati Nakshatra before it exits out of Pisces, goes into Aries, and this Jupiter now embarks into a new 12-year cycle. So with Revati, Jupiter actually completes the 12-year previous cycle, which started when Jupiter entered Aries previously. So it is quite a significant transit for all of us because for Jupiter, energies coming into Revati is like a conclusion, a meeting, which is in fact also represented by the star of meeting, journeys and conclusion. This also defines the wisdom that comes in the old age, or you can say this defines the wisdom that comes within us after suffering, after we have experienced something for quite a long time, and only when thing is about to end, we get to know the real meaning. It is also a common feeling among us that only when we lose something, we start getting to know the value and the importance of that person or that object. And then we start, getting connected to, because the absence teaches us the value of the presence. And Jupiter in Pisces and Jupiter in Revati is also something like that, teaching us moksha. Now, it is up to us whether we learn the message the hard way or we are learning the message in the right manner. Now, Jupiter here is in its own zodiac sign, Pisces, but the nakshatra is Revati, which is ruled by Mercury. Now, Mercury and Jupiter combination is more about losing the consciousness, because Mercury gets debilitated in Pisces, and feeling ecstatic. It is like a bhakti yoga. The abundance of bhakti in the mind will give positive energies, especially associated with this nakshatra. And if you have a planet in Revati, or if your ascendant is in Revati Nakshatra, this Jupiter transit is going to impact you immensely during this time. And even if you don't have any planet in Revati, if you just have planets in other nakshatras, still Jupiter transit in Revati can give you abundance through Pisces zodiac sign, because Revati paves the way for new creation. Because the god Pushan is also responsible for allowing the sun to come, the sunlight to come. It paves the way for the new dawn, for the Uchashravas, and the new sunlight will come and the new dawn will come. So this gives you a hope. So Jupiter in Revati Nakshatra is going to give you a lot of hope. And this is a nakshatra that is also associated with spirituality, feeling ecstatic, trying to start something new, because ultimately it will lead to Ashwini, it will lead to a future growth, a future desire. So this will plant the seed beforehand, because before you desire something, there has to be a circumstantial setup that will be given in your life, and this nakshatra can give you that circumstantial setup. So you can say this is the precursor of creation. So when Jupiter will go, lot of creativity will come in your mind, and this is going to help a lot of people who are in creative industry, who are in technology industry, who are into teaching, who are in spirituality, who are philosophers, who are writers, who are associated with Jupiterian and Venusian field of work. We also cannot dissociate Jupiter transit in Revati Nakshatra with Rahu transit in Ashwini Nakshatra. Because after Revati, Jupiter will enter Ashwini, whereas Rahu after Ashwini will enter Revati Nakshatra. See, Jupiter ends the cycle in Revati, Rahu begins its cycle in Revati. So which means that this is the confluence of technological advancement. This is the confluence where spirituality and desire meet each other. This is the confluence where surrender and new achievements come together. This is like a destruction paving the way of another creation. This is the theme of Jupiter transit in Revati combined with Rahu transit in Ashwini Nakshatra. Also, this is a nakshatra that can influence markets, that can influence your finances. Will it be positive or negative? See, ideally, Jupiter transit in Revati is considered to be a positive transit, although it is in its Mercurian zodiac. Now, Jupiter and Mercury do not really go hand in hand, but considering that Mercury will lose its maximum power in this nakshatra because it is Pisces zodiac sign, this nakshatra somehow dissolves everything. This somehow dissolves Jupiter energies, Venusian energies, Sun, Mercury. All energy somehow becomes very mixed, and it creates a very amalgamation of different flavors. So you will also have this variety of experience in your life while Jupiter will be in Revati, and every experience will have a spiritual meaning behind it, a spiritual annotation, and those who will catch that spiritual message will actually get the real benefit of this Jupiter transit. Otherwise, if you're just materially stuck, see, this will give you material growth. Then why will a 12th house give you a material growth? Because Pisces is ultimately the 12th house of the Kalpurush. If 12th house is giving you something, it means that it is giving you so that you can also give it away. A portion of it has to be shared, because Pisces means sharing. It is the end of a cycle. So either you are getting it because you deserve your share and at last you are getting the justice, or you are being given so that you can start another creation. So the transaction that happens through Revati and Pisces, especially when Jupiter goes there, and especially when Venus is also in the zodiac sign of Pisces at that time, is a no normal transaction. It's a transaction of energy, and you must use these energies wisely. This can heal you. This can give you new ways of creation. This can give you new ideas to grow. But then if you try to bring the Asuri energies in this picture, then the problem begins. Because when the moment the Asuri energy comes into picture, the moment you are listening to Rahu in Ashwini more than Jupiter in Revati, then the problem begins, because ultimately Saturn is aspecting that Rahu and Jupiter is in Papkartari. So you will see that your time will be wasted in attempting things that are not meant for you, and you will end up struggling. You will end up earning some money, and that hope that maybe if I earn 100 units of money, 100 rupees or $100 today, maybe this can give me 100,000 tomorrow, and that hope will waste your time. So you will have to be very practical, very grounded, and if you are seeking abundance, if you are seeking Lakshmi, if you are seeking wealth during this time, then you must be ready to justify your demand. You must have a higher purpose behind your demand. I'm not talking about fulfilling the essential and fulfilling the need, because that itself is required, right? But anything above and beyond what you need in life, if you are demanding that, then you must have a purpose behind it. Otherwise, these energies are not going to give you wealth unnecessarily. So when Jupiter goes in Revati, it is actually the guidance that gives you a way to a new creation, which means this can be brilliant for people who are financially stuck in their life, whose business is going downhill. They can actually imagine a new growth prospect, a new way to begin their journey after the month of May. Because yes, whatever happens in Revati, it will start giving you result when Jupiter goes into Ashwini. Because Revati is clearance. Revati is taking your soul to a different dimension. Revati is transcendence to a different thought process. The actions will happen when Jupiter enters Aries. So that is one area where you will have to be very careful, that if you become very if you're trying to force the outcome, it won't happen. You can't force the outcome while Jupiter is in Revati and it is in Papkartri between Saturn and Rahu. What you will have to do is figure a way out that the outcome actually, it just happens, because you're doing only your karma and the karma phal will automatically come to you. So you need to set your karma straight during this time, especially in business, especially if you're dealing with matters related to Jupiterian energies. Now, if you're a writer, if you're a philosopher, if you are a student, all this is going to help you in a great way. This is going to open your eyes, and someone who has this open thought process, someone who is open to changes and transformation, will see that their life will be changed completely by this Jupiter transit. Let's try to figure out for each ascendant quickly, what does this transit mean for you? For Aries, Jupiter will transit in the 12th house. And with Revati, this is like giving you enough so that you can cover your losses. So this can be a loss covering transit for you. It is also going to bring in abundance from a foreign country. This is also going to bring in abundance in situation where you think you will be at loss. So this is the time where you start doing more charity. You start to bring abundance in other people's life. You work for their future. Start giving and creating more and more employment if you are a big businessman. And you will see that this is going to work wonderfully for you. In case of Aries ascendant, this is also going to create a new way of earning money. It will clear off your debts and it will give you a new dawn, a new desire very soon. So you will have to embrace it with both hands and follow the path of dharma, because this is going to also change your thought process and completely alter your belief system. Taurus. For Taurus, this is going to bring in enormous amount of wealth, because Jupiter will be in the Revati in the 11th house. This is going to be a wish fulfilling transit. It is also going to bring in, it is also going to give you opportunities to meet a lot of learned people, gurus, mentors. If you want guidance, this is the time when you can get all the possible guidance. So if you are stuck financially, it is time to take guidance in your own field. It is time to take the guidance that can help you in a financial way. Maybe talking to a CA, financial expert, will help you a lot. It is also a good time for students who wants to, get the right mentorship, who wants to, say you're a PhD student and you want to find the right mentor. All this is possible during this transit. The association of people is very important during this time, and meetings done for business and for career is also going to bring significantly positive results. For Gemini, this is going to be a career-changing transit. Jupiter in Revati also means that it is going to plant a seed for a new career, maybe a new growth in the future. So work really hard during this time. Expect positive results soon. This is also a transit where You can go for a work related travel, especially for people who want to go on site, who want to travel abroad for their career, or who want to expand their career in overseas. This is a good time for you. Just that you cannot introduce greed, because Rahu will be in Ashwini. The greed is going to be met with lot of resistance. But otherwise, a Jupiter in Revati in the 10th house will give you abundance. You will be known in your career, and something is being cooked up for you. Something will come your way in your career that will give you new opportunities, new roles and responsibilities. But then you have to also increase your abilities and capacity to work, so that you are also worthy of getting all that roles and responsibility, which will in turn convert into finances. For Cancer, Jupiter will be in the 9th house, and this is going to be a brilliant transit, because this is going to change your belief system. This is going to change the way you feel about dharma, what is right and what is wrong. So this will have a tremendous amount of impact, also considering that Jupiter will also aspect your ascendant. And anyone who has the ascendant degree between 16.4, that means 16 degree 40 minutes, to say 30 degree of Cancer ascendant, this Jupiter is going to affect you brilliantly. It is a positive transit. It is a transit that will clear off your roles and tell you exactly what you're supposed to do. The right dharmic guidance will come your way. So start going to temples, start praying to Vishnu Sahasranam, and start seeking the divine guidance. It's a very good time for people who want to focus more on spirituality, focus more on religion, focus more on higher education, professional education. Very much, these possibilities will open up very much during this time. For Leo, Jupiter will be in the 8th house. Now, this is a highly occult transit for you. But the good thing is that Jupiter is now in the last leg of the 8th house and will soon move in your 9th house. This will bring in hidden wealth. This will clear off all the problems in your pathway. If you are stuck financially, say in taxation, if you are feeling insecure in your life, if you think that there are problems with your in-laws, all this is going to be, it is also going to be positive during this time. If you want to marry someone, and if there are problems between families, or if you are married and there are problems between families, this is going to give you, a way out. And the best way out is helping each other, giving each other gifts, appreciating each other's presence in your life. But you also have to take care of your health. This can also take away an extra amount of wealth from your life. Say you will invest somewhere and suddenly the money will be wiped off. So be very careful about your investments also during this time. Virgo ascendant, Jupiter will be in the 7th house. Now this is going to be a very positive transit, a wish fulfilling transit, especially if you are a person who have a marital issue. You will see that the marital issue will be resolved during this time, and this is going to tell you how to invest your time, effort and money in the right areas so that you can have a better circumstance. So this is a circumstance changing transit for you. The air around you will change and become more positive during this time, but then you must also be ready to learn and adjust, because adjustment will be the theme for Virgo. For Libra, Jupiter will be in the 6th house, and this 6th house Jupiter is going to work in different ways for you. See, Revati is also the nakshatra where you are going to meet the 7th house, because Revati will fall in your 6th house, which also means that this is going to clear off a lot of prarabdha karma for you. So you will see that the Jupiter transit in Revati can accelerate your problem. You can see a lot of problems coming your way. You can see a lot of obstruction and hurdles coming your way. And suddenly this can increase the spectrum of issues in your life, which might surprise you that Jupiter should give you positive results. But what Jupiter is doing is, Jupiter is rapidly cleaning. It is an Atichari Jupiter. It is a fast moving Jupiter. It wants to clear off as much as it can and it wants to bring your attention to as much problems as it can bring so that you address it, resolve it, and get free. So next 60 days will be extremely crucial for Libra Ascendant, considering Ketu is also in your first house. Focus on your problems, don't ignore anything. Scorpio. For Scorpio Ascendant, Jupiter will move in your 5th house. Now 5th house is a very crucial placement for Jupiter, considering 5th is the Mantra Bhava, the house that represents knowledge, expression. So when Jupiter goes in Revati, it's a very good time for students, it's a good time for teachers, preachers, good time for people who are into academics, who wants to launch a course, who are into journalism, who wants to, showcase their knowledge. But this also means that you will have to be an empty cup. Lot of unlearning and relearning will happen. So if you're egoistic about your knowledge, be ready to meet a stiff competition. So that Revati's Jupiter will have to clear the unnecessary ego from your mind so that you can focus on a new role, a new responsibility. So for you, it also might happen that, say in your career, suddenly you are being taken away or pulled out from your current position, current role, and you are asked to go into a different kind of role. This can also bring in a kind of a job loss to a lot of people, therefore forcing you to take alternative path, alternative roles and responsibilities. So be ready for that. Sagittarius. Now for Sagittarius, Jupiter will be in the 4th house. This is the transit of bhakti, feeling ecstatic, being overjoyed. And this is also going to bring in a lot of comfort in your life. But then it is also going to ask you to take the load off your shoulder and be more free. This is the time when you have to come in touch with your own soul. Because see, Jupiter and Mercury coming together is no normal feat. Because Jupiter and Mercury rules your Kendra. For Sagittarius, this is a transit where Jupiter will be very happy, and if you please your guru, if you become more and more knowledgeable, if you gather as much knowledge as possible, this is like your heart. You are broadening your heart and you are opening up for a lot of theories and lot of possibilities, and that will give you spiritual growth. This will give you satisfaction. This will give you happiness. But then you must be ready to also wipe out unnecessary emotions from your life. This is going to be an emotionally challenging time for you, because this is going to challenge you and take away most of the negative emotions, and it is going to shake you and bring out the negativity and positivity. You have to reject the negative. So a lot of detoxification is necessary, a lot of talking to people who are close to you. Talk and be open. You have to be vocal about your feelings during this time. This is a good time for real estate investment. This is a good time when you are trying to improve your assets. This is a good time if you're trying to invest your money in matters related to real estate and vehicles. It is a good transit for Sagittarius Ascendant, but you must be ready to face the emotional consequences of your actions. For Capricorn, this will be in the 3rd house, and this is a transit where Jupiter asks you to take the responsibility to clear off the unnecessary hurdles in your life, and you have to take initiative. And these initiatives will not be something that is going to produce results immediately. Rather, these initiatives are that will produce result in future. So if you are going into long-term decision making, long-term investment, this is going to bring in a lot of positive results for Capricorn. Jupiter also rules your 12th house. So this is also a transit where you can force a loss on yourself, or you can protect yourself from the loss depending upon how you react to a situation, how you communicate. This also means that if you are working on something and you are stuck, those obstacles will go away. So pray to Lord Ganesh. By praying to Bhagwan Ganesh, the Vignaharta, all the obstacles will be addressed by him. But yes, you may have to take some bold decisions. You may have to you will see that you are being put to challenging situation, and this is a pariksha, a test for you, the outcome of which will be extremely positive. For Aquarius ascendant, Jupiter will move in your second house. This is a wealth creating transit. A second house Jupiter with Revati is the transit of abundance. It's a transit where your finances will grow, your family will grow. You will see new and auspicious events happening in your family. You will welcome somebody new in your family. A member who doesn't talk to you, who was no longer in your family, will now come and join. This is the transit where your growth happens. This is the transit where financial security comes into picture. But also, parallel expenses will happen. If there is an auspicious event, it will need money. If you want to travel and enjoy, it will need money. So if you are rich and affluent, this is going to be a transit where God will be kind on you, and you will have to use that money to keep others happy, to make others happy. Putting your money and wealth to good use will be the test for you. And if you are into financial problem, pray to Mahalakshmi, because then the wealth will rise and it will give you opportunities, and it will open up possibilities by which you can convert opportunities into wealth, which resolves the problems in your life. But then you will have to be very careful about the food that you eat, the words that you speak, and you should avoid any family related dispute, unnecessary verbal fights. Showcasing the power of knowledge is the worst thing that you can do in this time. And for Pisces, Jupiter will be in Revati on your first house. It is a complete transformation of your personality. It's a complete change on the way you think, the way you feel, the way you exist. And it is a positive time for you. It will aspect your 5th, 7th and 9th house, therefore giving you more knowledge about yourself, a good feedback. You will get proper guidance and proper mentorship. But it also means that you have to do a lot of cleansing within you. It has to come from within you, and this feeling of surrender has to come within you, because Revati talks about complete surrender, but also it talks about cleansing. It means that some health issues might come during this time. Just to address those issues or bring your attention there. So don't get panicked. Immediately take care of it, address it, consult a doctor, consult a physician, an Ayurvedic practitioner, wherever you want to go to address that health concern. Health is the wealth during this time. Use your energies wisely. This is the time of spiritual growth and personality change. So friends, this is a Jupiter that moves into Revati once in 12 years. So we can't ignore, even if the transit is for a couple of months. It is an Atichari Jupiter, it will move fast. But we also have to understand the energy signature, and this is a transit of creation. This is a transit of abundance. And Bhagwan Vishnu's energy will be with us. So for that, it is like a yin and yang. It is like after the Kaliki avatar, once again the Matsya avatar happens. It is like focusing on, it is a final deluge, and it is a grand reset. So this Revati's Jupiter will always act as a grand reset. Not that the pralay will come, but the grand reset that will ask us, it is on us where we want to go, which path we have to move, whose side we have to take. That is going to be the onus on our shoulder. And for that, we may have to leave lot of things behind. Lot of baggage has to be left behind. Then only we will be able to move in the positive direction. It is like soul which is boarding the boat of the Vaitarani, and who has to cross that Vaitarani Nadi. And this nakshatra will guide you to the new realm, a new direction. But are we ready? Because if we are still carrying on that baggage, we will not be allowed to move ahead. And we will see that this will force us to leave things behind. So this will also act as a transit of huge losses. And if you're not ready to leave things behind, if you're not ready to, get rid of the moho, then moksha is not going to happen, and this will become a painful transit. So this is a transit that will have all the spectrum of life coming together at a single point. It is the singularity of Vedic astrology, where everything converges and then there's a grand reset. So this was the take on the Jupiter transit in Revati. Please subscribe, and I hope you like the video, and if you like, please like and share the video among family and friends. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, this is Punneit. Namaste.